Here we are. First cast that I've done for Prodigy League this season. Outside of a game, I think in the very beginning. And we are here in playoffs. We see SVK, a team pretty new to the league scene of console. But if you've seen some of the AI generated things they post on TikTok, the graphics they make for their team, we are all aware who some of the players are. Shinto, one of Zuni's team, is from the Syndicate organization. Their other team, Kinsuki, I don't think they did very well in the regular season, but you see the lineup, you see a couple of old heads that many people in the scene are familiar with in SB, EPIF, Rosal, and Zuni. Maybe not known for being the best players, but known in the community nonetheless. Now SVK is one of the teams on console that are getting into the trend where more and more people are swapping their team names to match their teammates. Now, this is a best of 3 series, but map 2 is going to count for not only this playoff series, but it's also counting for the Rebellion League Week 4 game between these two teams. And SVKs will be attacking on bank first. You see a pretty default lineup. Maybe the Clash is just a bit of a different pick. However, I hate that building. If you saw me cast a couple days ago with 5.2, I discussed how much I hate that building there. The lineup here, it looks like we might see a Trill-esque lurk come out here from Cruz, where he swaps off of the Nook. He's going to elect to go for more intel denial, try and spot out any of these utility operators that are on the board for Shinto. Mango, that's not the place you want to hop into, as Mango crouches for no apparent reason at first there. Stop there, he might have a buggy aim where your teammate just has to fall down the ladder. You see this drone work from the Nomad. Interesting choice to repel down this, as Zuni is going to contest. You have one on the repel, which isn't going to be spotted out by EPIF, but EPIF is going to find the kill nonetheless. And now you're down one player, arguably your most important operator. Dokuvi has the potential to displace this Clash with that call. And it just looks like the side of SVK is beginning to panic. They do not have the utility that they need. That looks like it's gonna be the end of SP. SP's gonna be taken out. No one is there holding his cross, and that's gonna be a... Man, SVK found the main advantage. As YB lurks his way up, he is gonna be spotted out, but Russell is able to pick up one, as a Nomad was not holding close enough. And now Russell picks up a second. It's all up to YB. They find this kill, and he's not going to be able to connect those shots. As Cruz finds one, 2v2, 1 minute left. Case is getting picked up now. The issue in these 2v1 situations, especially when you have operators like Castle, you don't have any plant denial. You have the C4 from the mute, but you have to counteract that with these grenades that are going to be pulled in.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Cruz just hops on the camera. Russell's going to walk away scot-free here. Almost gets hit by the Claymore, but he's going to escape. And now Zuni holding a tight angle here, as they know that he is inside the generator now, thanks to the BP. Will Cruz be able to win the 1vX situation? Well, looks like Zuni's not going to be able to connect with those shots until the second attempt is granted for him. But other than that, you need to, for SVKs, you cannot give them as much potential. You should just give them space. You're not playing off of each other in any sort of fashion. It looked more like a solo queue ranked stack than anything. And EPIF DCs. As we go into a tech pause, we are going to pause the timer, and I'm going to return you guys to a different graphic. Unless we find out that he's able to rejoin quickly. Hopefully we do not have to rehost. And here we are, EPIF was able to join.
Defenders, protect your
As
bombs
we
from being
go
defused by
into
attackers.
the open area site as a second site, usually you see teams go basement, but they do have that ace left on the board. They decided to ban out the snake instead. Banning out that snake and leaving up the ace allows you to have a little bit more comfortability going on these longer roams. But when it comes time to go for a bunker site, such as basement, it leaves
Attackers have
walls
discovered the location
unprotected.
of a bomb.
And YB just sacrificing his cam to Atoje.
10 seconds left.
Only 2 cams left
5
on the
seconds
board
to go.
for this side of SVKS as they swap off of the
Attackers are heading out
Dokkaebi
to
and
defuse
go
the
to
bomb.
Ash. This is where the lack of cohesion, I would say, can come into effect teams as you pick operators that, yeah, you're getting rid of the castles if that's going to cause an issue for you, but they're just going to be replaced by Rosal on the Izami.
Position secured. Blast area.
They're going to try and cut off EPIF here. EPIF here is no longer in the best situation in the world as they are going to have drones come all around him and they do not actually spot him out. They're actually going to find SV. Zuni is working his way up. Zuni had a bit of a whiff last round as he is going to try and connect with Bruce, and he's going to pre-fire. He's going to be shot from the windows. He's going to fall back into the crossfire being held. And here it is. EPIF spotted out by the cam. He's going to have to drop down in order to survive here. Image allows EPIF to walk closer to site. Playing on the beepers stops just as the intel is given. And now you have 3 ram drones to work their way up as Bravo's going to find his 4th kill in 2 rounds. And he's probably going to spray through the floor, try and connect for another, but he's going to kill the exact same way, shooting through the hatch that was opened up. As Rosal going nuclear for Shinto, his Halo is going to block it out, but he has the audio, and he's able to get that trade. Rosal, the only thing holding this team together at the moment, as Mango is not going to be able to connect, as the backstab is just a little too late. Now, Atoje was playing cans and desk. He is going to go for this wide flank onto the striker, unable to connect, and is going to play off of this Kiva barrier. He spots him. He knows that he just jumped in, and now you know that there is a player above. He is looking to find if he can see your feet. You cannot panic in this situation. If you are Atoje, you have to remain calm and play your time. You have 15 seconds left. You can force a plant here, but Mango's gonna plant behind the Kiba barrier. Your teammate's utility is going to be used against you, as they are going to force Atoje to push into a crossfire. But Atoje with a great shot there, unable to swing and hit the flick onto the second, but a valiant effort nonetheless from Atoje. As we see the man-children of Polar Bear enter the chat. You have one more ban until you can go to this. Well, you have your tertiary site, but you're going to elect to go to basement instead. And in the other side of things, you do have very interesting matchup in the SSL. You have Wild Boys, some of their new pickups, including Charlie Worley, and, well, a couple of members from the old Order team. They're going up against Kusha. Kusha coming off an upset against NLG or Castaway Redemption, whatever you would like to call them, as all Castaway teams were eliminated in the first round of playoffs.
And defuse bombs.
Now going to basement, you see a very, very default bunker idea. With the Tachanka being brought out, you're going to have this ACOG from EPIF
Bomb located by attackers.
play inside of this garage area, have this long angle onto the default plant. You have Zuni putting down these Goyo canisters. They are going to act as extra time denial. Then you have SP. SP knows the lineup here. You hit one long Tachanka shot. You can go as far back as you want. But as far as you
10
are,
seconds
you
remaining.
can connect it onto the default plant. They cannot turtle plant, and they have to push up even
5
further.
seconds remaining. Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Starting shot drone.
As Mango is going to go for a quick drone here on dirt, as you see in the bottom corner that there is a 2-man first floor roam. Maybe it's a comfort pick. Yes, you have the comfort, you have an R4C, you're going to go for this angle here, but they know that you're on it. They have a BP. Now if we go to his POV, he can see your feet right through. Now, as long as EPIF is smart enough to not swing this in the moment, he's actually going to send Rosal all the way up. He's going to work with Zuni. And it looks like they're going to go for a power of the lobby room. And it looks like we might see a vault take here, but you do have Rosal lurking around. Rosal has been going nuclear, averaging just 3 kills per round here. But when you're the only player in the game, so being able to drop those kinds of numbers, it is not a bad thing. Rosal chose to drop down the red hatch instead of electing to try and rat and play underneath that desk, but that's a very wise choice to see YB instead going for that shot onto the rat spot. Now EPIF is aware he was just a story. He's going to elect to fall back just enough to deny this position and cause crews to cause more time to come up, as Atoje was picked off inside of servers. But you see the time, there is less than a minute remaining. It is a 5v4. You have to go force a plant, but it's going to be crews finding the kill onto the EPIF. And Rosal is going to be grimmed out, and it looks like we're going to see a hatch drop here from Demon. Demon hesitating might be the thing that costs the team the round. You cannot hesitate when there is so little time remaining. Your lurker has gone down. Zuni with a beautiful kill there as Mango kills his Tachanka. Now, Rosal brings the round back. Zuni and Rosal might be able to win what has effectively been a 2v5 this round, but instead it is going to be the last 2 remaining members of SVK to find final 2 picks. didn't ban out the ace, which allows the only remaining long distance heart breacher to stay on the board. Usually in Pro League, in console leagues, the first two bans from the defenders are going to be that ace and Habana, which just makes basement such a pain in the ass to attack. Yes, it works a little bit better if you have the Mira still on the board. But if you can force them onto a thermite, you have the ability to C4 any of their positions.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as
We're
they
going
can.
back up to the primary site that they have. We're looking at the exact same lineup here outside of the
Attackers have
castle.
located a
Instead of the
bomb.
castle, we're going to be burning the Wamai or the Fenrir. And the advantage in these being crouch holes, it allows the attackers to see and deny the top square utility and position as it is meant to, but it also prevents a player from sitting here on this doorway and having a long angle into the site.
10 seconds to go.
The floor is coming out, potentially wary of the potential of the
5
Azami
seconds
that
left before
usually
insertion.
plays inside of the stock trading position.
Attackers are moving to
As
defuse a bomb.
Toge rips down the barricade for a reason to get rid of a single slit that was in the bottom of it. And it looks like the Flores is going to try and burn the utility that they are expecting. But unfortunately for this part, for the Recaro drone, there's not going to be much to there, as blowing that up underneath the Renegade does nothing to destroy any type of utility, as you sent another in knowing that you just cleared the util. Potentially just trying to time waste. Toge just sacrificed the magnet.
Going for a drive.
As you see, SB, yes, it's not going to be the most beautiful position. You aren't going to find that many kills, but having this flash shield allows you to power most of these positions that are otherwise very difficult to chow. That is going to be raw, so almost being able to connect with the head of the thermite, and you have to fall back as actually Shinto does a little bit of different reinforcement. Last time they were on this site, they decided to put the head holes in the right wall, this time electing to put them in the left. As you see Demon get shot down from the rappel. That's what happens when you play that rappel one too many times. The teams are going to expect that position. And now Mango is going to try and chow Toge. Toge has found one so far. And Cam's being shot out. Barely any intel left on the board for the attacking split. And you see the power of the position. It looked like YB panicked as he saw his teammate in his crosshairs and was not able to connect with the clash that was in the middle of the hallway at the time. Zuni is a one-shot to both of the attacker weapons, effectively making this a 1v1 gun-wise, health-wise. SB putting this gun down will bring it back up to a 2v2, as now it is effectively a 1v3 as EPF is able to find both of the last two. As the unorthodox castle ban works out wonderfully. Well, really, for the defenders, as yes, you lose the castle, but you're able to bring more things that deny vision or traps that provide you that intel besides the bulletproof cam that comes with the castle. And we're going back to open area, so it does look
Defenders,
like
protect your
basement
bombs
is
from
going to
being
be the
defused by
site
attackers.
that it looks like Shinto is the most uncomfortable with, as it looks like they're just trying to deny a plant that was happened on that Kiva barrier last time, but that is not going to reach there, Toje. If anything, that just weakens your position to play further back if they are going for a window push.
Changing megs.
Deploying explosive ordnance.
Bomb located by attackers. 10 seconds to go. 5 seconds to insertion.
It looks like Shinto is more comfortable going for these
Attackers are
more
heading out to
vertical
defuse a bomb.
extensions instead of these horizontal extensions and playing inside of archives and tellers.
Loading new magazine.
Kind of just playing this entire floor as the entire bomb site. You see Russell is actually going to reinforce off that wall. Now, they see that the hatch is not open. They do not have to worry about that as much. But you're going to have this ace. It's going to go all the way over to this rappel that they've been doing the whole time. But this time they have a bandit. This bandit has probably, has 2 batteries left in pocket. They are not going to be able to go for this wall and really extend in any way. They're not going to form this as some sort of massive choke point. As you see Trash getting ready to go for this. Oh.
Setting up a sequential breach.
Why didn't you just do that from the rappel?
Nest ready to knock out! Deploying position.
As Epif, just a tad too late there. As you see the lion trying to lurk its way through, proning underneath of these head holes. As it is going to be SB, Zuni, and Epif holding above.
I messed up you easy position!
A bit too early of a fall off there if you are SB. The lion just seen that arousal, the most impactful fragger that Shinto has on the board today.
Come on out!
Rawlson's position here is very well protected here from these
Attackers
2
have recovered
barriers,
their diffuser.
as the demon has no way of breaking these keepers without spending much of his ammunition onto them. And Cruz is going to have to jump into any of these to gain any sort of knowledge. They all heard something go off. They heard the lurk. The lurk is able to find a kill. As it looked like a Doge just peeked in the wrong spot as we look for his dead body. We cannot find it that quickly, but it's going to be Zuni picking up 1 kill, and it looks like he stops to do something. Not typing, so just to see what he was doing. And it's a 1v4 demon outside the window. 13 seconds left. You have to make a play happen here. And it's going to be the 10th kill for Rosal, hitting double digits. Now, a 2-4 split is not the worst idea if you are SVKs. Allowing you to potentially play up and play into your defensive hand. Now, if you get a 3-3 split, that's even better. The only real issues is, and then where it comes troubling to try and regain any momentum, is if you go down 5-1, 0-6, 4-2 is a doable
Defenders,
split.
protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
But I understand the frustration if you are an attacker and you have to go into defense.
Wolf time!
Banshee ready to go.
Coming from my teams, a lot of the time in the past, we believe that that attacking we'd rather do first, because if you are able to secure a good attacking split, there is much less stress
10 seconds
on your
to
players,
insertion.
on the IGLs, on everyone in the team,
5
than
seconds
trying
left
to
before
make
insertion.
trying to force a good
Attackers
attack
must locate and
after
defuse a
a
bomb.
poor defense half. As Zuni has 2 cams around him, they're going to give the intel on him, and he might be in a very poor position. If they are able to capitalize, they have the perfect chance of the ball bang, but no one is acting off of the intel that is being gathered by the Lion.
Bomb located by attackers.
Cover me.
Instead, it looks like we're going to see a variation of a server push. As we have Mango, we have YB, and the only person contesting is EPIF. But he's going to call down a Toje. And unfortunately, this cam is still up behind them. It's going to be spotted out by Rosal.
Reloading.
And Rosal is slowly... They're trying to slowly work on Rosal. He's going to try and swing out here and find one. That's a wallbang. It's coming through. Chest over the head.
Reloading.
That's going to be another game that flies out. It looks like SVK understands the idea of what they're trying to do, just don't know how to execute it properly in this position. As you see Demon trying to... It looks like they still believe Rosal is inside of the open area.
Breaching here.
Frag grenade is setting up my drop.
Everyone has fallen off. You guys, this has been an excellent time denial and time wasting strategy behind the players of Shinto. As YB will be taken out by a Toje, but a Toje gets shut down on the refrag. But Rosal is also able to pick up his 12th of the first 6 rounds, and now EPIF in power position going to be granted to another shotgun waiting operator on the defense. This time it's Smoke with the time wasting ability as well. SV just shooting in one spot of that wall. Is it gonna eventually be able to find his kill there on that Lion? As we see the 2-minute timeout that I warned both teams about. This is perfect if you are a viewer. Go use the bathroom. Or if you're on the side of Shinto, keep letting Rosal do what he does best and secure these picks. As he gets 13 just within one split, we still have at minimum 3 more rounds to go. If SVK is able to work on this defensive half and just get a little bit more momentum going their way, we might be able to see, I believe, the first 20 bomb in Prodigy playoffs. As looking at the scoreboard, we see that maybe those couple of subs that SVK is using today, they might just not have enough chemistry to compete with the old heads in Shinto. Now with 30 seconds left, this is where, if you have a coach in the call, he's not in the game, you explain to him with the first minute of what is going on. You allow your coach to speak to you about what you can do better. Now we see what are the bans going to be. Usually you ban out that Miracade first on the attack. Or if you are defending, like we were talking about earlier, it's gotta be that Ace Habana that allow your pushes to work and allow you to play that long haul so much more proficiently. As we see a Bomai banned out, and if we see a Warden, that's going to trigger to me that it's going to be a much more flash-heavy lineup with the Blitz, the Ying, potentially a Nomad, the Aurora, anything that just can't be stopped as Snakes banned out once again. Dealing with Snake is not that hard, guys. Yes, he's annoying. Just if you bring a mute, put him upstairs, kind of make safe spots for your roamers. Or you bring a vigil, as many of these console teams have at least one SMG 12 crutch on them. Now, with the gun being nerfed into the ground next season, we're going to see a redirect to the potentially the best players in console are called.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many
It's going to
bombs
be
as they
probably the TCSG players still. Maybe a couple more support players to be recognized as B12 will no longer be on the board. So we see an interesting idea here with these Kibas we brought on basement to make a one-way angle here from SVKS. And I believe Mango's going to want to play up on top of this desk and kind of look down. But I believe if this gas pipe is shot out, it might be able to just barely reach this Kiba that is elevated.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Looking at the spawns, it looks like it's just going to be a full top down. You have the players rappel onto the roof now. You have a Toge's going to try and lurk a Twitch cam or two into sight and destroy all of this utility. As SVKs were not able to reinforce the server hatch, which eliminates the power of that one-way angle that Mango uses utility to create. And they just throw another piece of... They just throw another Kiba barrier with no one behind it. This is now 3 Kibas that have been thrown without really any pressure being held behind them. Now if he's being told to like fall back by another player, we'll have to wait and see, but it looks like Shinto's just as confused as we are. There's no roamers on a map that is very powerful for the roam. It's small, it's not too like enlarged, that makes roaming and falling back difficult. As the communications between Shinto need to just be a tad bit better as you have a player clearing what is already cleared upstairs.
Let's see how you handle these.
Payload on target.
Now, this is why we told you that the Cade needs to be banned out, as now you cannot open the site hatches.
A really big fucking hole coming right up. Some serious drywall work coming up. It's about to
Okay,
get hot.
so the idea behind this push here is SB is going to throw all of his senses down, and then he's going to have them turned off. And if they elect to open up this hatch as well, we will have to wait and see. But with all of them turned off, it allows Zuni to plant on the chassis in more of an off position that is not usually known to the attack, as he goes to plant closer to default. As you see, all of these denial pieces are flying over the head of Zuni, and he's going to walk out scot-free. And they have the vert. They have such a good power position here, as it forces this clash to come retake. But he's on a cam, and the players of Shinto know what this is able to do, as Flash walks in. SB, you gotta swing here, bud. Yes, you have the time denial, but you don't want to let your teammates die above you. As you see the longer angles being held, as EPIP is going to find the last two, using those keeper barriers against the defenders. Now, in the next competitive season, as we are going to see less DMRs, maybe, at least from Arini and from Tubera, we are going to still see those TCFGs, as the TCFGs did not receive as massive as a nerf as the other two DMRs did. The other two DMRs were nerfed by, I believe, 10 damage each. Lost the muzzle brake attachment, which decreases the recoil for many players that go around. But the
Attackers need
TCFG
to
never
locate
had the
and
muzzle
defuse
brake,
bombs.
so it is still going to remain prevalent, whether we really want to see it or not.
Activate jammer! Wall fortified!
As we see a bit of a flip up on the ops, Mango's going to be on that Cade to allow him to play these longer angles with a TCFG, which will 2 or 3 shot anyone.
Keep us secured. Reload.
So with
10
this
seconds
last
remaining.
Cade Claw, it's no, you just don't do that, because this they can just
5
open
seconds
this up,
remaining.
save it, throw it on this back wall over here,
Attackers' objective is
which
to locate a bomb and
means they
defuse it.
can't get this long angle, which Zuni is going to do instantly now that there's no wary denial on it.
Laser gate in play.
Fire sealer is on. Drag line out.
And that is something that only the experience of being in this scene for a while is going to get you. You watch enough VODs from these top teams do exactly what the same thing every round. You understand just what you're supposed to be doing. As you see YV just holding this tight little off angle. But here goes the wall. That's going to be Demon getting shut down. That's the BP down as well. Now the defenders are unable to rotate safely throughout the map. And Zuni's going to drop this case off like a care package. As Brazel is going to take down another. He is
Hacking
on
into their
15
network.
currently. He's going to use the cams. He's going to hack their cameras and force all of these players to fall back as EPF gets shut down. Great shot there from Cruz. Now he has to be wary. This repel player. Zuni, if you're the one that shot that fire extinguisher, that was a grave misstep. Eventually you'll hit this. Good job.
Keeper barrier.
Now, if you're very, very precise, there is a long angle you can get on this door, as it looks like it needs to be called in. As Brazel on 15, he's not trying to slow down anytime soon. Almost connects onto the heads of the wall. Toje will get picked off. Brazel unable to connect onto the head as well. It is now a 2v3. Gun-wise, 3v1. SP has to wait. Needs to stop just turning around in the first place. And then wait for Zuni to regroup. SV has to use himself here as more of a drone than an actual operator to get kills with. When you get kills and you get too kill hungry on the Monty, it causes your team to collapse around you. Now, with the round loss, it ruins some of the momentum that Shinto has built up, but it also allows Razzle a chance to stat pad a tad bit more if he's able to connect with a couple more kills. If we can see a kill record in this series, it'll be something. I know in Rebellion League, at least, the kill record for a single map is 22, set 2 seasons ago by Killerfish on this very map.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
And again, we see the same setup from SVKS. We don't see the Cade brought this time, so the denial of the hatches will be a little bit more complicated. But we see Mango, we see Cruz. They are going to be lurking above one, hopefully more of an extension than they had last time. Now, barricading this door is a
Attackers must locate
two-way
and
sword.
defuse a bomb.
If the attackers spot this out,
Tiba deployed.
they can elect just to go for a blue push and ignore everyone upstairs because they don't have to open the side hatch. The player upstairs is unable to connect with a kill. Now Cruz here, going for a very much maligned rat play.
Tiba active.
And it looks like Russell might have the misfortune
말보다는 행동이지.
of being the one that dies to this. Oh my. Cruz, you almost had the perfect kill, just unable to connect with your shots onto Zuni at first. And that inability to connect with those shots is going to leave Mango all alone. All the pressure's on him for this backside. SP, you saw the barrel. Russell picked up one, unable to pick up the second. He's at 16. And now we just drop another one down the hatch. It's gonna be Tachanka. Goodbye, Russell. Okay. Sorry, Russell. You're still alive here. As they flank drop the hatch. Now, Atoje, you need to walk up. Both players are on your Aurora. Yes, I understand the cross potential as EPIF's able to pick up his second. Now, Demon is in the 1v2 as somehow this round has swung in the favor of Shinto. The EPIF using that Reaper Mark III. To just wipe the entire team. As Shinto advances to match point with what should have been a very clear defensive win. Case was down and everything was going in the way of SVK until silly mistakes once again costed them another round as it overswung the position that they were in. Now they elect to go back to the same site, and the real question is if we see potential whiff again from that vigil that was in that rat position. If that vigil was connected with those shots, we might be speaking about a completely different game here.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Now, one of the advantages with a team that is going to be running sites constantly, the same ones, you're an attacker team and you're losing, or you're winning. You know what the gaps are being left are. Not many teams, especially in console, have an extreme range of strats, as interesting idea with the
10
rotate.
seconds to insertion.
I don't hate it, and I don't love it
5
either.
seconds to insertion.
As,
Attackers
looking at the
must
spawns
locate
again,
and defuse a bomb.
we're going to see that sense push yet again. As you see Solus this time with a shotgun in hand from Mango. As Mango has to reinforce plenty before they can even think about doing anything else. It's actually gonna be this Glaz from Epif. Is going to force the roamer back down the staircase. Now with 2.5 minutes to go, Shinto has the entire map control outside of the site. It looks like Cruz is gonna try and aggro swing up here, and he's not gonna be able to connect with Atoje. The Atoje finds one, and it looks like Mango's just trying to fall back, looking at him through the Solar scanner, not finding anything yet.
Looking for intel.
It looks like we're going to see SVKS playing in relatively passive positions here, which allow the players from Shinto to get next to you going. You see SP working his way around the entire map. He's going to drop down onto somewhere, and then it's going to be a matter of whether or not this Malusi is able to work these open, and the Malusi's just unable to connect, and now Zuni has a very good position here to get this kill, as Atoje is gonna find his second of the game. Raza just sitting here, playing in a passive cut position, trying to bait this aggro swing out from the Solus, waiting for them to go for this retake. That's exactly what's gonna happen as the util dump begins. As Raza works his way down, he might, if he gets these last 2 kills, I'm getting word, it might break the kill record. As he sees one, all that's left is one. If he can find it, it'll be the kill record tied. And he's gonna wide swing. He's unable to connect at first. He knows position, and he's gonna find it. That'll be a flawless round to secure the map 1 for Shinto. And kill record tied for Virazzle. recently took map 1. The real question is, will we be able to see SVKs, now that they're starting on the defensive hat, decide to fight back? And Joker, if you're still here, I did go ahead and edit the title and the banner to be the right way. As we see the roamers are gonna be prevalent. Dokkaebi and the snake banned out. Dokkaebi might be a bit of a target ban towards Rosal, as he did drop 19 last game. However, all good things come to an end. Maybe Bank, I wasn't looking at the match chat too closely. Bank may have been the position or the map from Shinto. Now, since the owners of this league have bullied me, we're gonna sponsor myself real quick with my Rogue Energy code. And we're gonna sponsor BH Black Hole Gaming with this Alti code, BH Gaming.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
As I just think I saw a very prevalent shotgun lineup, as we see looks to be a default setup here. I stand corrected. Not default. Now, in my opinion, a better use of these Denari traps, as you do have 7 of them, is to do what he's doing now and
10
lock
seconds
down
left before
the
insertion.
jump-ins from the windows. Not because if you put them all here,
5 seconds left before
yes,
insertion.
this window's
Bomb
locked,
located by attackers.
but
Attackers' objective is to
one
defuse
person
the
on this
bomb.
window gets rid of your entire denial of this entry point. As we see an Amaru brought out from Ethan, maybe if it's a troll or not, we have yet to see, and he has purple black ice on the SMG-11 EPIF. I am no longer a fan of yours. I want that. Instead, I got the gun. I got purple black ice on the AA-12 in the hands of Azami. As I looked away, we see the Amaru play. And he's in sight. He's going to take down one, and it's going to be a full rush as Satoshi picks up another, and it's all left up to Mango within a minute. What a fantastic execute from the side of Shinto as they force the plant down with a minute left. Well, almost 2 minutes left. Now Roswell's just going to go outside. He's going to play a cut. He's going to hop on K9 window and lock down mezzanine, or he's just going to sit here and bait just a tad bit longer. He's going to sit here and inspect his gun. As SB gets shit on. Flashbang comes out and is going to be locking down, as now EPIF is playing the position of what normally would be a smoke here. And Mango looks like he's just going to go ahead and save KD and save base. And it looks like Shinto's going to do everything they can to deny him saving the KD here, as Mango looks at one. Just as time expires and does not pull the trigger. Now, I know the banner up there is flipped, as teams elected to manually swap sides instead of me just flipping them. So this game, blue team, is going to be Shinto, and SVKS is going to be on the orange side. And it looks like EPIF is going to elect to do something similar, whether or not he comes up a hatch or a different window this time. It is yet to be seen, as we see the castle brought out that's going to bunker down just a tad bit more. And the real question
Defenders,
is,
protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
is there going to be an answer they can come up with within one round?
Reloading!
Initiating jammer.
I don't know about this double up on the utility here. You triple up on the utility. Mute Jammer, Malusi, that's fine. Mute Jammer or the Prox, that's fine. The Prox and the Malusi on the same door.
10 seconds left before
To me,
insertion.
that just is pointless.
Deploying jammer!
5 seconds left before insertion.
As we are going to see another
Attackers are
quick
moving out to
execute
locate
here.
a bomb and defuse it.
EPIF shot Ying shotgun. And Trash is going to be brought down to 1 health. As them shooting open, the glass opened up the entire window, and Zuni was just able to look through. As it looks like Rosal lost a bit of damage to a spawn peak.
Exit time!
Kind of BM
Bomb
to go for a
located by
spawn peak in
attackers.
a league game. Especially in a early round such as this. When you get more desperate, it becomes more understandable. We're going to see this bottom-up verticality come up. As Prodigy is not aware of this position. And it's going to have to fall back. And it's going to be him and Mango all up on the first floor. As everything around them gets breached open. Rosal gets taken down, and Toji is going to find his. And now it's up to Mango to make a comeback.
Spec you active. Looking for
Bust up the cam. He shoots. He was not known at the time.
Reload!
Throw that C4 now. That's going to find one. That's going to be a Toji going down, but it's going to be EPIF with that Ying shotgun.
lights on.
The same token taking control. That forces YB. You fall back and duck
Got one deployed.
just enough. As SP should not, in my opinion, hop off of that window.
Let's see what I can find.
That Ying comes out now. It's gonna be a free bathroom for the side. And the waiting arms of EPIF. EPIF is not missing with that Reaper. The Reaper is a gun that in my personal opinion, I think it can be a good gun. I just despise it. I feel like whenever I use it, nothing good ever goes my way. And SP needs to run fast. He needs to get around us. It looks like the flank could have been stuck in that time. Now he can just bait upside down. And bait the defuse. And that's exactly what he's going to do. He's just going to play time here. And we're going to sit here for a masterclass in time denial. But Demon doesn't have... If he doesn't... You can go to the other side. You have the Keratos. Go to the other side and just go for that long defuse. It's a little unorthodox, but it saves you from this position. Now, whether or not SVKS is able to dig deep and find an answer, as in the social media polls, they were underdogs by miles. As they did replace the team halfway through, we were unable to see their full potential and what their record would be.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
From my point of view, it looks like SVKS is very comfortable
Deploying ADS.
with these operators, but they've ran, I think, in total on each side just over 10 operators. Yes, you've had different character people flip on and flip off of said operators.
Try to get through that.
Okay, that
You can stop worrying about grenades now.
that doesn't show up when I'm on my top-down POV.
10 seconds left.
But on the other
5
side of
seconds
things,
left.
Shinto has used close to 30.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Interestingly enough, as powerful as shields are, we have yet to see shield brought out from either side. No BBs have been brought, no blitzes, and no Mondis. Where in compare that with teams in SSL, like Radiant, where in their lineup versus CC, they brought close to 30 rounds utilizing a shield. Again, once again, quick execute after quick execute from the side of Shinto.
Drone is activated.
Now, an X factor that round is what he's going to do now. Verticality play. He could have jumped up this window. They had nothing on the window. As Atoje works his way down library steps, but he's going to meet a soulless shotgun to the head. Now, actually, SVKS did a wonderful retake there, and a great power onto the players that were on the breach. Now, whether or not that round goes a different way, if Thermite waits just enough for the smokes to actually show up before running in and getting his head taken off, that's only going to be a hypothetical for now. As again, you see almost another very easy operator lineup. Surprisingly enough, not bringing the castle, but the castle, in my opinion, even though they lost upstairs twice, the round they brought castle was the closest they came because it cut off that big window cut.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
And being able to deny this window from cutting off half of your sight, basically, is massive. It allows your players to remain and work even further down this way. And this time, they're going to counteract the window play by making vert below it.
Initiate jammer. Vulcan set up and ready to blow. Swapping mag.
10 seconds left.
Not really sure how to feel about
5
these
seconds left
further
before
back
insertion.
mute shimmers that we're seeing from the side of SVK. Because you can
Attackers
put
are
one
moving out
here
to
next to the
locate a bomb
wall.
and defuse it.
That cuts off most of this door, which I'm assuming they're putting them here to avoid floor scams for the shield play. Then you just put one tucked in this corner and they can't get through at all. And this one, I thought it was more for Dokubi calls. Doesn't seem to be so. I don't even know where you put the other one. And like we said, that cut is going to be utilized once again as they go for a full library take this time, as you poked your head up without anyone ready. Toje.
Sting is active.
Now, if hears that go out, he's going to deny this flank, and he's going to be wary as he already read into it in the very beginning. Deadlocks are down, and Curse has to look at them or shoot. He's going to elect to shoot, alerting Rosal to the position, and Rosal unable to connect to the head.
Getting off of charge!
As this vigil is going to remain a pain from SVKS. If able to connect on one round, doesn't seem like he's able to connect on the other. As this gridlock tracks did not expand fully, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult for crews to escape this position, or for Rosal to really just leave here from her and really know about it. As once you connect with that tracks, it leaves a trail of footprints for just about 10 seconds. Now, an attacker can come through and already know you went towards West Main. As it's gonna be YB finding a kill, making up for his massive miss on the vigil. That nade is not gonna connect and take down the shield. SB, a great player in his own right, plays too passive for his team's own good sometimes. Now if he finds two, will he be able to connect onto the third here, make it a 1v1 situation? His bullet's going just around him. 1v1. You have to swing. It's swing or be swung. You don't have the time to bait around. You have to get aggressive. You know it's a mute, but you just waited too long on that door, waiting for EPIF to go for a play. As this map shaking up to be much closer than what Bank was. Looking at my banner now, I'm realizing I should flip 3 and the 7 to make it look a little more neat combination with the team's logos.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
As last map was all Rosal. This map, it's all SP getting the kills. Yes,
Attackers have
a
located
couple
a
of them
bomb.
have been just impactless frags. As for some reason, SVKS has this tendency to have a couple players AFK during prep phase. And they didn't burn his shield, so they can't really extend up as much as I'm assuming they would like to. But are they gonna just try and rely on the single player being the presence upstairs? As
Deploying shock drone.
it's not the wall I'd reinforce.
Shields ready.
Drone activated.
SB, throw your drone before you flick to look to where your teammates are. If utilizing his switch cam to deny this utility from the side of SVKs,
Electrosensor
as
active.
Mango's gonna look for it, not gonna be able to find anything really too useful. As I'm just off the setup, it looks like they already understand what they want to do. And now you're gonna see a pinch on these top floor players as just there's a wall setup isn't going to be in the right positions for them.
Sensor on. Searching for electronics. Gotta reload.
gonna see one get picked up right away. We're gonna see King. Good trade, I guess. But it forces everyone back into sight, and with things not set up as proper and as pristine as they could, it gives his players much better position on where they can sit. Now YB is trying to deny this hatch drop, but Demon is gonna watch as OJ just baits himself. Because now they know about Curse's position, and he's gonna be almost taken down entirely. That's gonna be Zuni picking up the last 2 kills, trying to force the plant down. If he jumps in, he's just able to find 2. As we do see a timeout here from SVK. Now, SVKs could be electing to go for a timeout to just kind of go for a mental reset, as you do lose 1 round after having 2 very, very dominant ones. Now, with me having a little bit of extended timer for people to pick it off instead of it being 15 seconds or 20 seconds like in other settings, it gives you just a tad bit more time to go run and do something before you run back to your setup in order to advance to this round. Now, unfortunately for me, I am on console, and console native has a glitch where if you want to swap between your keyboard and mouse and your setup with your controller, I clicked my keyboard. Oh, it didn't pop up that time. Usually, a little mouse icon pops up in the top of my screen whenever I click on my keyboard. That's nice. I mean, I can actually type to these teams and not have to worry about that. Oh, no, there's a mouse if it pops up on you guys. Does not look like it does.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
As top-down POV, once again, you see the setup coming out. And again, same operators every time. They ban the Grim, they ban the Cade. No hard breach denial besides the Bandit. That's the only thing that's swapped off.
Vulcan set up and ready to blow.
Ten seconds left before insertion.
As we do see the vert play come out, as they are expecting
seconds left.
another quick push. Unfortunately for them,
Attackers
look
must
towards
locate and defuse
see
a
the
bomb.
2 crucial operators as we spin around outside. See the setups of what looks to be another quick execute. But it looks like it's going to be a backside execute this time instead of a main garage take. As some of these rotates that Mango is going to make are just going to act as extremely long cuts for these attackers. Here's the camera.
Sensor on.
Doesn't spot it out right away. Spots it out now. Churn's gonna just try and bait him out a little bit, waiting for a teammate to get there. And that's exactly what's gonna happen as the wall bang connects with him as he tries to retreat through the 45.
Breaching!
The C4 is lined up to drop and pop this Goyo. As it's not going to find anyone, but it does pop the gas pipe. Now this will be trench wall being opened up as Bandit is not in a position to get there. Now with this execute, it seems that they're going to sense off along party lines effectively. You're gonna bounce it off this wall, cut off Heller, or you can just roll it all the way down as Epif going for this shot with a crossbow. Elects not to shoot. Or they're waiting for something. Someone's calling it out. They want to ying out this warden before they fireball, it seems.
Attackers are looking at the bomb.
And that firebolt causes panic, as now Demon has to go for a
Attackers
retake
are
here.
activating
And
the
that
bomb
rotate,
diffuser.
like I said, is going to cost the team a kit. And then these flashes flying in, wasting time with each one that flies through. Then you have another roamer that's trying to retake, get caught down. And it's all on YB and the 1v4, and it's gonna be another round win. Worse than Shinto. Sorry for the kill cam, as you see his dead body go down, but there's a kid down, there's someone down above, which causes the kill cam to act a tad bit funky in that top-down point of view. Now, we're in another timeout. 2 minutes this time. Side flip timeout. Russell ties the kill record and is now stuck as he leaves, so he has time to reconnect. It's 2 minutes. I'm not gonna pause this timeout. He has time. As this time wraps up, if you're Shinto, you just need to wake up. You have a couple of guys not doing too much, kind of just throwing utility and dying. But you need those players to wake up to get you these rounds on the defensive side. Your quick executes have worked perfectly for you. As unfortunately for SVKS, they do have one player that seems to be lagging, as we are on essential servers. I was not made aware of anyone playing from a region that would cause such a high ping. And I'm gonna let them get through their bans before I pause. Unless Roswell's reconnected, he is not. The mirror being banned out limits the power positions that could be on the board. Can't sit inside that little connector hall and play and deny solar takes. The zombie band out limits the extensions you can do and the creativity on the board. As they're going to go to bar first, which, in many people's opinion, the first floor sites are better than the basement site, especially. As we are going to have a rehost here due to a tech issue. So this round, it's just gonna be SVKs. It's supposed to kill themselves.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs. Bomb located by attackers.
This round just gonna be a free plant for the side of Shinto.
Ten seconds left. 5 seconds left. Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Keep it deployed. We have some time. Try to get through
This
that.
is just to not bug out the entire game
And keep our barriers
because it's year 11, and for some reason, that is still a issue in this game.
Attackers are activating the bomb diffuser.
Reloading. Cover me.
Defenders have located the diffuser.
Loading new mag.
Bomb defused. Attackers win.
Oh, hold on, Gotti, my bad. You're allowed to say whatever you want, dude. Why? Gotti, you're watching them because you love me, dude. And I don't have I have delay on, so that's why. Because like I'm actually a good caster when I do these things, so like I don't allow these teams to stream snipe each other constantly. But now we're finally on where we should have been when the rehost went through. And now we're going to see the mirror banned out again. The snake is probably going to be the Jokubi once again, getting banned out. Just eliminating this roam presence that is supposed to be on the board. But instead, we're going to see the Grim and the Izami banned out. That allows you to play behind these rat corners just a tad bit safer. And we're going to go back to bar. We're going to see the Mute. We're going to see the Malusi. We're going to see a shield probably come out from Russell on that shield with, the Sentry. And we're going to see all the time wasting and the utility catching abilities come out from Atoje and Zuni. Now, if they run double shields, it is going to be able to count to allow a player on Mez to play a little bit more aggro and watch the jump in from Ivy. Gotti,
Attackers need to locate
I
and
appreciate you
defuse
watching
bombs.
the ads, but when is the next Gotti news coming out?
It's such a long day.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Jammer ready.
Shield deployed. Explosive ordnance out in prime.
SP, camp is next to you. Okay. So these extensions that are up here, most teams, yeah, you're going to see these footholds come out from SP that allows him to play this Mez position and deny the heart breaching onto these two walls here, which allow the shield player to remain
Attacker's
safer
objective is to
and
defuse
contest
the bomb.
multiple points of entry.
Protect us.
Burn it out.
Now, in the past 3 weeks, I have now seen Wampin and Mango as gamer tags instead of Stompin and Mango.
Claymore deployed.
Drone is ready.
No fools.
And we're gonna see Russell playing here in Emo. He has the barb, he has the cam in front of him. So if he shoots that cam out, there's gonna be a nade that's gonna fly over, essentially a flashbang that's gonna come over. The flashbang's ready, they're waiting to just throw a Nomad in with this, I'm assuming. And exactly what they're gonna do, they're gonna sit here and stun him, but no one jumps in as in time. We're gonna find one kill, but that's gonna be
Attackers
case down.
recovered the bomb diffuser.
Twitch is going to go down, and it's going to be Itoje picking up a great headshot there. One to Mango, and there's going to be Epif sitting below, waiting for the jump in, as it's going to be Zuni getting taken down. Now, YB and Trash have to go for some sort of execute. It looks like we're just going to see a hatch drop and hope to God that this Bravo is actually able to maintain this cover. He's unaware of where his teammate dies from. Was not conned properly, so Toje and Epif are just sitting here. That's going to be a C4 kill. One dead. Now it's going to force this player to jump in to try and deny this case. But looks like Epif's gonna get a bit aggressive, and for once it works out for him. We've seen clips of him going other days. Other games where he goes 1 in 10 in some leagues. My gosh, you got it. I'm getting some new fans. If any of them say, who the fuck is that? That's on you, Gotti. That's on you. Trying to help you out, dude. Trying to help you out. Now that round was
Defenders, protect
all the
your
kills
bombs from being defused by
for
attackers.
Shinto came in the hands of Prodigy and Epif. Epif picking up a 3K. While on the side of SVKS. Been a couple of issues
Attackers have located a
with
bomb.
just time management as Prodigy's AFK.
Ready, set. Banshee deployed.
Ten seconds left. 5 seconds to insertion.
I'm on guard. Banshee is near.
That's not mine going out.
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
Laser gate in position.
It's gonna be, of all people, SV getting the spawn peak with Iron Sight MP7. SV getting a first pick is not something I had in my bingo card here tonight. But SP, you just shoot out this window.
Dread mine
Help out Epif. As Rosal, with an interesting hold downstairs using this 45 wall, is gonna get another. Now, if you open up this wall here, you can get an angle onto top fireplace stairs, which is not exactly pretty looking if you're an attacker or defender. It's pretty difficult to get a kill through it, but you can still rip off a large chunk of health instantly. Now Toje is aware of this collapse onto his position. As two were picked up, and Zuni is able to get that trade. C4 out. This is gonna find one. It's all a 3v1 against YB. So Toje gets a little bit cocky there. He's trying to hit that one tap with the Han Solo pistol. And he's just not going to be able to connect his zoom just a tad bit too much of a difference for some players. Me personally, I refuse to use this pistol because the change of having a pistol with a 3.5x sight sometimes gets me a little bit lost. Sees the toes, but he does not shoot. Great flick down onto Toje's head. Now, SP and Zuni can collapse back and play this a little bit more passively, or they can keep aggressive. It looks like we're gonna see the first as they decide to reinforce off top mez and force YB to push through a lot of utility. He's gonna rappel up, actually. He's gonna have to go all the way over the library window, and that looks like it's gonna be his entry point. Gonna be SP starting off the round and finishing it up. Will Shinto be able to finish off this game with a total round split of 14-5? If so, it's one of the more dominant showings we have seen this week, outside of 5.2 doing what I think everyone expected and stomping on the hopes of Hotel Zero.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
I'm out. Gotta reload.
Go into kitchen to hopefully shut this one out. you see the castle brought out. A very potent operator on a map like Chalet, which makes it worthy of a third ban if you are playing a more organized team. Now, if you're playing against a
10
team,
seconds left.
they kind of just let you do whatever you want and take whatever space you need. You do not
5
have to go
seconds to
through with
go.
the ban.
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
Changing mag!
We're gonna have another 3-man extension here with one SB trying to get another spawn peek through
Reloading
this
ammo.
door, the main door fireplace.
Get clear!
Now Mango looks like he's gonna try and play the solar cut and capitalize on the potential lack of position, but instead of just opening the window, utilizing just a bullet instead of his fist, is actually going to cost a lot more team as he sits in a very precarious position. Zuni spots him out. This will be a very free kill. He did not try and hide himself from the window. Now C4 ripped. EPIF put it very, very low. But now Toje has a BB next to him. He has to be aware of this. It looks like they are aware that someone is up here, but just who it is and where they are is not something that has been talked about. As now EPIF gets killed because Toje just sits on the closet. He finds one, finds a second. He will not be able to find a third. He's going to be refragged. It's now a 3v3 with 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining. No verticality pressure will be able to be made outside of the super shorty of Gridlock.
My tracks sting more than a box jellyfish.
They do have a cam giving him intel on the position of Razel. It looks like SVKS is just trying to force something into existence here with this round, as they don't really have a way to enter this site, and they're trying to tell Trash to get over there, open this hatch, but he is just taking his sweet time.
Payload on them!
Now with those track singers, you can use them aggressively and throw them into sight to prevent a swing from an off angle. But as we see, Zuni is here inside of Trophy, and he has his own horizontal pinch onto a player trying to drop this hatch. Now it's gonna be YB finding the first, and as they drop down, it's just gonna be Zuni cleaning them all up. Is a 2v1 match point, all up to YB. Shotgun on the floor, and it looks like it's gonna be the final blow. I lied, as SV pulls as an SP and is unable to find the kill, and it's gonna be Zuni picking up the final as Shinto wins a dominant 2 maps, advancing to the quarterfinals of Prodigy League.